We brought you a video titled Critical Moments Between the Hunter and the Prey, Part 1. The hunters, after hours of follow-up, traced the lion's footsteps. They were able to locate the lion, and they started preparing for hunting the lion. Watch the replay carefully. Watch the lion's strength and how he was able to withstand the arrow strike and his speed in decision-making. The hunter shot the arrow at the lion, but the arrow strike was not fatal. The lion, after being hit by an arrow, would not surrender without a fight. The hunter's bodyguard intervenes quickly and shoots at the lion, missing the first shot. But he was able to hit him in the second shot. The hunter survived due to the skill of the bodyguard. Don't go away. The next video is very powerful. As you see 3 lions on a tour in the forest. They saw a group of tourists accompanied by a number of guards of the nature reserve. One of the lions decided to attack the group. The photographer started running away from the lion, and this was a wrong behavior that encouraged the lion to continue attacking. The guards of the nature reserve started shooting in the air to scare away the lions. In the end, the shooting succeeded in scaring off the lions. The lions retreated from the chase of the photographer and the guards. We have a special surprise at the end that makes the wait worth the effort. Don't just go away. You will see a rare video of hunting lions in a very old time. Write to me in the comments if you know what year this video was filmed. Watch the hunter's courage and lack of fear of the lion. The lion attacked the hunters, advancing towards them without retreating. In the end, the hunters were able to control the situation. Don't forget to like and share. If you are not a subscriber.
While walking around in Zimbabwe, a group of innocent tourists came across a very territorial female lion who didn't seem so happy about having visitors. After spotting the animal staring at them up ahead, the armed tour guide quickly orders the group to slowly back up. Unfortunately, the predator only seems to get angrier by the second. Now seriously worried about their safety, the tourists continue to walk backwards.
Uh-oh. Stand or walk?
Okay. Okay, turn off the cameras now.
Sadly, they stop recording, and what happens next remains unknown. A South African safari, a group of tourists thought it'd be a good idea to park their car right next to a group of lions trying to relax. Unfortunately, they quickly regret their decision after getting the attention of one of the more curious lions.
You're supposed to lock the door. Oh my gosh, I didn't know they could do that.
Still in utter shock, they now thankfully decide to lock their doors and proceed to drive away before anything else occurs. On a sunny day in South Africa, a group of men's average safari expedition quickly turned for the worse after being chased down by a territorial male lion. At first, things seemed to be going according to plan as they simply observed the predators roaming around the plains up ahead. Out of nowhere, though, they noticed one of the lions beginning to walk in their direction.
Quickly, let's go back. Quickly. Go, 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 go. Go.
Even after backing away quite a bit, the hungry predator sadly decides that he won't let them go so easily. Now, fighting for their lives, the men continue to fire warning shots towards the animal, all while running as fast as they can. Eventually, the lion thankfully decides to spare the men, and they simply proceed to record it from a safer distance. A sunny day in Tanzania, these tourists felt rather excited after noticing a female lion approaching their car when things suddenly took a very unexpected turn.
Right next to us, Dad. Right. Oh,
don't run.
Don't move.
Oh, okay. I'm good.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
He's attacking your tire. Hey, he's attacking your tire. Oh, man.
As even more female lions begin to join the scene, the tourists attempt to save themselves by driving away when this happens.
What is down there?
They're like, oh.
He's blowing your tire.
He blew up our tire.
Do the tire out, right?
Yep.
He took the tire out?
Yep, blew up our tire. There's like so many looking at our car. They think we're the enemy.
Oh my God.
Really not wanting any more trouble, they decide to leave those lions alone and drive away altogether. This unlucky camper went through a real-life nightmare after he saw two large and hungry lions right outside his tent. The clip starts off intensely as it shows a camper inside his tent attempting to scare off the two large predators, trying to make him their dinner. The animals keep harassing him by poking the tent with their sharp claws and getting their faces in front of the tent door. Despite it being the only thing keeping the lions from reaching him, the man repeatedly opens the tent door, taunting the predators even more. Thankfully, the lions eventually leave him alone, enabling him to go outside and escape. On a nice evening in Zimbabwe, a group of tourists on a carriage had an encounter with a young male lion that didn't quite go as planned. While peacefully riding through the safari, one of the men spots a lion in the distance that unfortunately appears to be heading towards them.
Oh my gosh. Yep, it's coming faster.
Oh my God, there's a lion chasing us.
With the lion refusing to give up, the terrified tourists decide to pick up the speed in hopes to lose the animal.
Yes, go. He's slowing down.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Eventually, they pick up enough speed where they manage to lose sight of the animal and are able to safely go on with their ride. The video begins by showing a group of tourists on a trip to South Africa taking pictures of a male lion minding its own business. At first, the animal doesn't seem to mind the tourists taking pictures and videos of it as it scouts the area. But as a territorial and protective animal, it decides to do what it does best and scare the soul out of the tourists.
When they're full, their stomachs stand like this.
The animal does stop halfway, which is extremely lucky for the tourists. A zoo trip quickly turned grim after a man fell into an enclosure where a pair of male and female lions made sure to greet him below. A man who appears to have fallen accidentally into a lion enclosure can be seen in the beginning of this heart-racing clip. The crowd screams in fear and terror while the man attempts to scare the large predators trying to get closer to examine him. The large predators continue to approach him despite his best efforts to make himself look as big and terrifying as possible, with the hopes of scaring the lions away. Miraculously, both lions lose interest in the man, giving him time to safely escape. While driving through a nature reserve, this family got more than they bargained for when not one, but two lions attacked them. The clip starts out when the person in the passenger seat spots a lion and begins to record it when the unexpected happens. The driver speeds up in an attempt to escape the lion, and thankfully it appears to work. But before the family has time to sigh in relief, they are attacked yet again by not one but two hostile lions. Again, the driver speeds up and luckily manages to escape them successfully. Kruger National Park, these tourists had their seemingly average safari trip take a truly horrifying turn when a white lion suddenly decided to leap into their bus.
Alright, what are we doing?
Relax. All of you relax. Relax. All of you relax. Relax.
Now full of panic, the tourists are immediately told to relax and attempt to slowly make their way out of the vehicle.
Do not jump out, climb out. Climb out. Do not jump out. Relax. Come down. Relax.
They continue recording as the tour guides attempt to help out the remaining tourists, still unfortunately stuck inside with the lion.
Look at him.
Ma'am, can you stand up? Stand up. Stand up, ma'am. Stand up. Come.
They eventually manage to get everyone out of the bus safely and simply stop recording altogether. In Kruger National Park, a few tourists in a car felt comfortable enough to drive right next to a huge male lion trying to mind its own business. Eventually, though, the lion gets fed up and decides to let them know. Out of shock, they unfortunately stopped recording and most likely just drove away. On a nice evening in Botswana, two men had their camping trip unfortunately cut short when a curious lion decided to pay them a visit. At first, they quickly pick up their camera after spotting the sneaky predator poking its head out of the bushes up ahead.
He's playing with the pillow now.
Not very tasty.
Yeah, that was a bit scary. Okay, now he's going to go and get my pillow.
Unfortunately for them, the animal suddenly decides to get a closer look of their campsite, most likely looking for something to eat.
Oh, my dear. He doesn't care. Is he taking my sleeping bag? Okay, just drive a bit closer, maybe?
The lion eventually leaves the tent to continue roaming around when the men finally decide that they've seen enough and try to scare it off with their car. The predator finally walks away from the campsite, leaving both men sitting there in disbelief. A group of tourists got the experience of a lifetime after a hike went wrong in the Pandoro Game Lodge, Great Kruger National Park. In the beginning, a group of tourists can be seen following the tracks of a lion in an attempt to get a closer look at the predator. After a while, they eventually find the lion, which proceeds to do something horrifying, leaving the group shaking in fear. After threatening the group, the animal then decides to retreat and walk back towards the cover of the bush surrounding them. Fortunately, no one got hurt throughout this bone-chilling encounter. In South Africa, a couple tourists quickly started recording after spotting a male lion running up the hill towards them. Immediately, one of the tour guides decides to do his job and bravely confronts the predator face to face. Luckily, the male lion decides to spare the man and continues on his original path up the hill. Thankfully, he simply resorts to laying down next to the female lion, and the tourists, sadly, decide to stop recording.
In Serengeti National Park, Tanzania, a group of tourists came dangerously close to being attacked by an overprotective male lion. This chilling clip picks up right as this man notices a lioness curled up beside the vehicle, but he suddenly gets the heart attack of his life. Moments later, a lion who has just noticed his female is missing comes out in search for her. Upon seeing her, he begins to eye the vehicle suspiciously. Before he has time to act, the driver revs the engine to life, startling both animals, and they instinctively head towards the other vehicle. After a few tense minutes, the tour guide of the other car starts seeing the male lion as too much of a threat, and he tries to scare it off as well. Thankfully, both predators retreat back towards the tall grass, and the tourists simply move on with their expedition.
In a South African reserve, a group of tourists thought it'd be a good idea to observe a huge male lion trying to eat its dinner in peace. After a few minutes, though, the predator notices their presence and begins showing clear signs of discontent. The tourists unfortunately fail to get the message and continue their observation like normal when the unthinkable happens. Thankfully, it stops in its tracks right at the edge of the fence, and everybody is left unharmed. On a ride in Kruger National Park, a brave man on a search for lion footprints came across something truly shocking. After driving around for a little bit, he finally manages to spot what appears to be freshly made footprints in the dirt and tries to show them off to the camera.
Yes! This is very cool. So 1, 2 lioness. I mean, it's possible they've moved and they've gone completely different side of the property.
He gets back to driving around and eventually reaches another area where lion tracks seem to be on the ground. Not expecting much to happen, he gets out of his car once again and begins looking around the dirt when the unimaginable happened.
Sorry, I'm gone behind the car. That's very rude of me. I want to follow the track with a word. Okay, so everybody, we've just bumped into Pride of Lion.
Fearing for his safety, he quickly starts up his car and begins driving away completely.
In Kruger National Park, 5 hunters got the greatest scare of their lives when they encountered an aggressive lion. In the beginning, the 5 men are seen bushwalking with rifles in hand, but a little while later, things take a shocking turn. Together, the hunters try to scare off the lion by shouting and making loud noises. For a moment, it seems to work, but this is also where the video ends, and the outcome remains a mystery.
At the beginning of this terrifying video, lions can be seen swarming a blue sedan during a trip to South Africa. Unsurprisingly, most of the lions seen in the video are female, since they are the primary hunters of the pride.
When they drive away, they're gonna get me.
As the lionesses investigate the vehicle, another lion approaches the area, which makes the driver do this.
Oh! Why'd he drive forward? They pulled the hubcap off. Nuh-uh.
They've got the hubcap.
Oh, they got the hubcap off. Don't run over his paw! Uh-oh.
Despite being startled, the predators continue to swarm the car, biting and scratching its surface continuously. The driver finally decides to press on the gas, despite the threat of angering or activating the pride's prey drive.
Why would you drive away from this?
Oh my god, they're all coming. They're not coming after this car. They don't even know this one's moving. Let's go.
Eric, hold on.
Eric, come on.
They're attacking their car. We gotta
get this on video.
Although once the car gains enough speed, the animals wisely leave it alone. Kruger National Park, a group of tourists on an exciting safari drive, unfortunately had a few hungry lions come and ruin the fun. Initially, everyone on the tour bus seems to be peacefully observing the animals up ahead when they suddenly notice a group of lions to their left.
I've never seen such a thing. And they're getting closer and closer. Look how focused they are.
As time goes on, the predators appear to be tensing up and adopting a more hostile position, which unfortunately triggers one of the buffaloes to get defensive. Unfortunately for the lions, the rest of the herd also decides to get involved and join the fight. Eventually, the predators manage to get left alone and proceed to walk away from there in one piece. Amboseli National Park, a few tourists witnessed the unimaginable when a brave African tribe attempted to interrupt a male lion trying to eat in peace. At first, the camera starts rolling as the predator can be seen feasting on his unlucky prey when the tourists suddenly notice something intriguing behind them.
What is the lion? The lion is there. Can we do something to protect the lion? Yes, and everything.
With the tension quickly rising, the tourists continue to observe as the armed tribe continues to storm at full speed right for the lion. Luckily for them, the predator, thankfully, decides to surrender its meal at the very last second and run away from the area completely. In a South African safari, this woman's seemingly normal evening drive quickly turned into a nightmare when she came way too close to a hungry group of lions. At first, nothing seems out of the ordinary as she parks her car in order to observe the predators walking down from the road up ahead.
Look at them all just coming down. Apparently they've been looking at impala for the last little while, so they're hungry. They're definitely in sort of alert hunting mode. They're coming right past the vehicle. This is incredible.
Contrary to what most would do, she decides to remain completely still as the group of lions now begin walking right past her.
So I'm just going to sit really still and stationary. I'm going to keep talking. There's nothing quite like lions walking past you, that's for sure.
For many more tense minutes, she and her cameraman avoid any sudden movement, all while many more predators continue to walk past them.
Hello, good evening. It's lovely to see you have blood on your face. Yes, you do. What did you kill? They've all got blood on them.
Feeling like she's had enough, she finally decides to start up her engine and drive away from the area while she still can. In Pilanesberg National Park, a group of unsuspecting tourists had their enjoyable safari walk quickly ruined after realizing that they were being actively stalked by a protective mother lion. Initially, they appear to be observing the predator in the bushes up ahead like normal when the armed tour guide suddenly tells them to carefully walk backwards.
I think that's why you guys must look where you're going. But just go slowly back.
Eventually, they decide to stand their ground, while the lone tour guide up ahead attempts to keep an eye out for the predator.
Come everybody closer.
Contrary to what most would do, the group of tourists suddenly feel like getting a closer look and begin walking up ahead, join the tour guide.
That's why she came towards us. So she's protecting the babies.
After many minutes of looking around, they luckily fail to locate the animal and simply decide to go on with their expedition as if nothing happened. What was supposed to be a fun honeymoon trip quickly turned for the worse after a scary encounter with lions in Kariega, South Africa. This terrifying encounter begins with one of the tourists recording a pride of lions relaxing and laying down in a patch of grass.
8 of them. Yay.
After a while, one of the male lions does something extremely petrifying, forcing the group to run quickly. The predator does not stop pursuing the group as it eventually gets closer and closer, scaring everyone in the Jeep. Luckily, the lion loses interest and decides to run past the group, ending the chase. In Hwangi National Park, these unsuspecting tourists went out on an average safari walk that quickly turned into a living nightmare. Not expecting much to happen, they start off by simply walking around to explore the safari as originally planned. Eventually, though, they notice a rather large male lion up ahead and take a few minutes to observe it while they have the chance. The clip then jumps to a later moment where the now worried tour guide suddenly orders the tourists to start backing away.
Let's just back up slowly, we're good. I've got it. I'm in between you and him, trust me.
Oh God.
Don't worry, slowly, slowly.
Okay.
Let's go back that way. Easy, big fella.
With his gun still in hand, the man continues to back up with the tourists as the terrifying lion growls continue to be heard.
No, we're good. We're good, trust me. Promise you we're good, trust me. Promise you. Promise you we're good.
After a while, though, they manage to gain sufficient distance from the predator and eventually make it back to their car safely. On a tour of Kruger National Park, a few tourists had their day take an unexpected turn when their car got dangerously approached by two huge, fearless male lions. At first, the tourists try to grab a few pictures from a safe distance when one of the lions decides to come get a closer look. Understandably shocked by what they're witnessing, they attempt to follow the animal around as it continues to walk further up the road. Now, with both predators lurking around just a few feet away from their car, they eventually feel like they've seen enough and simply stop recording completely. In a Tanzanian safari, a seemingly average lion spotting quickly turned into a nightmare for some tourists when their car got surrounded by a whole group of male lions. Initially, they parked their car on the side of the road after spotting the predators lurking around the tall grass up ahead. Unfortunately, the tension quickly rises when they realize that the lions are now walking right in their direction.
Using our car as a shield to get a shade.
Let's go, let's go.
Understandably, a few of the tourists begin to seriously panic as the three huge male lions begin walking around just a few feet from their truck.
Please. Let's go. Please, let's go. Let's go. I'm not happy with this.
For safety purposes, the tour guide, thankfully, decides to drive away from the predators in order to continue their observation from a safer distance. If you think being inside a car protects you from lions, this clip will make you think again. In the beginning, it all starts off with a male lion curiously investigating a car full of terrified people.
What you did? What? Oh, you're trying to get these horrible people in there.
Kevin Richardson, the well-known lion whisperer, then comes to the rescue as he attempts to call the male lion away from the car. Despite his numerous efforts to call the predator away, it does not listen and instead becomes more curious, leading to this. After this, he is left with no choice but to tell the driver to drive away, as the lion seems unable to lose interest. As the car drives away, more lions get intrigued and start to chase it, which makes the situation even more dangerous.
Just keep going.
Fortunately, the predators decide to leave the car alone after it drives further away. These 6 terrifying lion encounters will surely give you nightmares that will last for days to come. Number 6. What was supposed to be a fun honeymoon trip quickly turned for the worse after a scary encounter with lions in Kariega, South Africa. This terrifying encounter begins with one of the tourists recording a pride of lions relaxing and laying down in a patch of grass.
8 of them. Yay.
After a while, one of the male lions does something extremely petrifying, forcing the group to run quickly. The predator does not stop pursuing the group as it eventually gets closer and closer, scaring everyone in the Jeep. Luckily, the lion loses interest and decides to run past the group, ending the chase. Number 5. This unlucky camper went through a real-life nightmare after he saw 2 large and hungry lions right outside his tent. The clip starts off intensely as it shows a camper inside his tent attempting to scare off the 2 large predators, trying to make him their dinner. The animals keep harassing him by poking the tent with their sharp claws and getting their faces in front of the tent door. Despite it being the only thing keeping the lions from reaching him, the man repeatedly opens the tent door, taunting the predators even more. Thankfully, the lions eventually leave him alone, enabling him to go outside and escape. Number 4. A group of tourists got the experience of a lifetime after a hike went wrong in the Pandoro Game Lodge, Great Kruger National Park. In the beginning, a group of tourists can be seen following the tracks of a lion in an attempt to get a closer look at the predator. After a while, they eventually find the lion, which proceeds to do something horrifying, leaving the group shaking in fear. After threatening the group, the animal then decides to retreat and walk back towards the cover of the bush surrounding them. Fortunately, no one got hurt throughout this bone-chilling encounter. Number 3. British tourist Steve Haley was met with an unexpected roadblock during his trip in the Kruger National Park in South Africa. The start of the clip shows Steve Haley recording a pride of large lions casually walking in the road, causing a terrifying yet once-in-a-lifetime roadblock experience.
This is unbelievable what's coming down the road now. Big pride of lions.
Despite this, Steve remains extremely calm, even as the enormous predators get closer and closer, slowly shaving the distance separating them. The Pride eventually gets uncomfortably close to his car, the video showing nothing but the car protecting his safety.
Ooh. That was a bit too close.
The lions then walk past his car, ignoring him and leaving no one harmed. Number 1. A zoo trip quickly turned grim after a man fell into an enclosure where a pair of male and female lions made sure to greet him below. A man who appears to have fallen accidentally into a lion enclosure can be seen in the beginning of this heart-racing clip. The crowd screams in fear and terror while the man attempts to scare the large predators trying to get closer to examine him. The large predators continue to approach him despite his best efforts to make himself look as big and terrifying as possible, with the hopes of scaring the lions away. Miraculously, both lions lose interest in the man, giving him time to safely escape.
Zero distance between hunter and lion. Getting close to a lion is an uncalculated risk. Although there are guards, that doesn't mean you're safe from death. What is your motive for putting yourself at risk? In order to feel the excitement. When you feel excited, the body releases adrenaline. Adrenaline is a hormone produced in the adrenal gland, in addition to being a neurotransmitter, which means the brain is also able to process it. Adrenaline is released in cases of excitement due to sports, especially dangerous ones. The cost of killing a lion can reach $50,000. Donating that money to orphanages is better than killing an endangered lion. A homeless child, who has no breadwinner, is a danger to himself and society. Donate your money to orphanages to protect society, Children, if they can't find someone to take care of them, they will become criminals. You become prey to them, and they kill you for $10. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button.